Have we finally seen our first signs that this young Chelsea team is ready to unlock their mental limits? Today, my friends, I'm here to discuss things we learned in yesterday's impressive win against Brighton, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hit that like button, share your thoughts and opinions as well too, my friends, and without wasting any more time, let's appreciate this Enzo Fernandez masterclass against Brighton yesterday. He finally scored his first Premier League goals of his Chelsea career, getting his first pen and of course getting his first brace as well too. Hopefully now Enzo can push on even more because Enzo played a very important part for us. So let's go and analyze and appreciate his performance yesterday. Now Enzo got 52 touches of the ball. I know that his passing accuracy naturally kind of fell off. We're down to 10 men and we're playing more counter-attacking football, right? But Enzo Fernandez, for me, I think is an absolute joy to watch. To this day, I'm still in disbelief that we actually signed him. And he reminds me of players from previous generations, like 15, 20 years ago. Just that natural ability in tight spaces, the invention, just that authority that he knows he's one of the best players on the field. You know, I feel like he's the type of guy that could slot into many teams over many generations. And just how he thinks, how he plays. And look at the perfect ball in behind to find MUDRYK to release him. Off the ball, he doesn't go to sleep, you know, he engages and tackles. He presses high, is intense, you know. Nice little ball quickly to find Nico Jackson. See, he gets his body in front, head up, close control, nice little step over, and he maintains possession of the ball. And he keeps his possession wide as well too to hold the team shape. Here, his goal is very deserved. As I kept saying for a long time at River Plate, he was playing box to box. You know, he knows how to score. I feel like now that he's got these first goals, hopefully now he can push on and just have a bit more confidence in every single game now. A lot of times he's timing his runs okay, but not perfectly to the point where he can connect with these shots in one stride. He can get there. He can do better. You know, the intensity in the Premier League is a lot fiercer compared to other leagues. But as we can see here, another run. Great play from Nico Jackson, very unlucky from Enzo Fernandez then, but again, this is what Enzo can do. He can time his runs inside the books. He has this in his game. It's up to us to keep encouraging this part of his game because this will benefit us in the future. Said for years, you know, not for years, like, you know, for a few months, I think Enzo needs to be effective in all phases, which is like the first phase, second phase, and final third. He is that good where he can do that. See right here, the little close control outside the boot pass to find MUDRYK. I'm liking him on the left channel. I can probably see why maybe Mount was sacrificed, so Enzo could have that whole left channel to himself. Here, in the build-up phase right here. You know what I mean? That's the composure and quality. Like, this was very important for us in terms of the build-up. When it comes to drawing the press to ourselves and finding our players in space. And to have an Enzo Fernandez, he lets you play like this when you have quality like this, you know? He drops deep to receive. The first touch was a little bit iffy. He tries to receive in the half turn, but he's not panicking. Other players will try and just kick the ball away out of pure panic, but Enzo has that little pauser. Takes the ball with the outside of his foot and then releases it to, I think, Silva on the right-hand side. And then Silva's composure, and that's what I mean. The sassy running in space there. But see what I mean by Enzo being able to affect all phases? I love this area in which Enzo receives because he creates so many assists in this particular part of the pitch. Yeah, he can play it over the top, he can play it in behind, he can take shots. This is why I feel like Enzo at heart is the optimum number 8. Again, the angle was closed off, but still, you've got 4 players around him. He's not forcing the pass, you know, he trusts his technique and skill. He'll find the best opening angle to find his teammates. There, keeps it safe because he had to. It was a smart thing to do. But look, attacking the space, left foot pass to Raheem Sterling, and he looks to carry that ball in the books. But it's these moments here too, the improvisational skill and play. You know, his thinking is one step ahead. Just flicks the ball around the oncoming press. Takes it perfectly in his strides, and just like the ball is glued to the outside of his foot. Like, you see why I'm saying that this guy is one of those classic players that he would have been doing bits in the 2000 era, 2010 era. You know, he is that good and took his penalty very well. And that celebration it's a classic one. Listen, I love Enzo Fernandez. I'm so glad we have him. And, you know, the fact that there's even more to come from him, I feel like watching his evolution will be very exciting as Chelsea fans, in my opinion. See, he can take this man on. he'll be complete in the future. So that was ENZO'S performance against Brighton. And now let's discuss one of the low-key performances of yesterday's win, and that was from Nico Jackson. I feel like obviously since that little, inconsequential controversy with, the Astrid work goal, which isn't really that deep in my opinion, to be fair with you, I feel like we're starting to forget that, this guy actually adds to the team. So I'm here to remind us how Nico performed against Brighton. Now, he got like a 6.8 match rating from SofaScore, but sometimes these ratings don't mean niche, to be fair with you. And, they only just get the score based on pure stats, no context. But as we can see here, Nico, we constantly see him playing backflips because he trusts his technique, nearly found the stride of Raheem Sterling. He's a great link-up striker as well. I think there was great weight behind that pass to release Sterling in behind. I do think in moments like this, though, Jackson can improve and get better. I think when you make that pass to Raheem, you have to dart in that space in between. That should be your first instinct. Like, you're not focusing fully on even releasing Sterling. You're thinking, I want to be in that space right here. I'm going to dart to get there. This is why I'm playing the pass to Sterling. So I think he can get that. I do believe in his promise, but the movement there wasn't great. Again, supports wides, a typical low different cross across goal. Again, I like the fact that he gives you an outlet on the counter attack, and the additional bonus being that he has great technical play. I mean, to control that with the outside of his foot, a lot of times, these balls are bouncing off strikers. Let's not forget that. And he'll just hold onto the ball until he can bring his teammates in, and then he finds Raheem Sterling on the right hand side. There, look, off the ball, he is no slouch. I love this bit of play from him. Look at the tech, man. Look at the balance. You know what I mean? Like, to have that balance of the step overs right there, that is a sign of a guy that's a very good player, Not many guys can do that with that type of elegance, in my opinion. Not many strikers can do that too. And he nearly got the assist then for Enzo Fernandez. That was great play, taking it to the byline. He has the skill to commit against his man, and he nearly made it 2-0 for us there. See, this was his assist moment for us. Super header across goal. Look at the neck power. Look at the neck muscles here. Look, under pressure, far post, got a man on him. Generates that power with his neck and finds Cole at the far post. I mean, that was a great assist. Gets his body in front, can shield that. I think he can get even better using his strength as he gets older. But again, releasing the passes in front. He's a great transitional striker to have who can hold the ball up. Wins the foul there. I thought a few times he wasn't winning the fouls he should have. Good play here. Should have released the pass though. He had Enzo and he had MUDRYK in front. Somehow it finds itself to Cole on the left hand side. So it's examples of where Nico can improve. But look, right here too, look, great run. And he basically makes a pre-assist pass to MUDRYK to win that penalty for us. To get an assist, to get the pre-assist, to be involved in the decisive moments, not messing up the execution. We can't take that for granted. And I do think that there's a lot of upside to come from this guy's game. I think he has a good character. I think he has a lot of very exciting aspects in his game, and I think that if you give him a season or two to really grow, I think we could have a top all-round striker in the making. So that was Jackson's game against Brighton. So now, my friends, let's discuss MUDRYK's game against Brighton, because this guy showed a lot of promise. I think promise really typifies him so far. I think right here, I got this point from Sebastian Chapuis on Twitter. Maybe the angle in which he's receiving balls sometimes, the body positioning is a bit negative, it's a bit closed off, you know what I mean? Where he's receiving away, but now he has to go back away from the goal and he's not dribbling towards goal. If he receives more like a diagonal angle, that opens up more positive angles to attack the ball with, and I think details like this MUDRYK can definitely improve on. But he's a guy that wants to cut inside. I think him and Nico have a very promising partnership that can be explored a lot more. See, I think, outside the boot pass first time, I think MUDRYK likes it when he actually has, support there. Super pass and Badia Shaw. He timed his run well, and I think POCH wants MUDRYK to time his runs like this a lot more frequently. He's got incredible pace that not many guys in the league have. Timing those runs and playing first-time balls across goal. Once we get more experience playing as a team, I think we'll score more goals like this. But you can see what the strategy was. Those back far post crosses across goal time and time again there. MUDRYK, you know, he does the defensive work. 5 out of 10 ground duels won. It's nice that we can rely upon him putting the yards in, which is good. Again, he wants to cut inside. He wants to roam in. He's more than just like a dribbler. He's not like a Brennan Johnson type. He can do a bit more on the ball. We see for the Ukrainian team, you know, the creativity and the assists that he plays. But here, this was the moment of the game. Superb Hazard-esque turn. And MUDRYK has the shooting techers to, you know, really hit it from like 25 yards, 30, 35 yards. He's got the power in his calves for that. Now, these are the moments we want to see more from MUDRYK. Let's actually just see it again, just for the, you know, the gas moment it was. You know, that's what I want to see MUDRYK do. And I think MUDRYK wants to receive a little bit essentially. And you know what? I've always said this, and I'm going to keep saying this. I think he would prosper even more if he had a proper left back making those overlaps out wide. Why? MUDRYK is a high volume risk taker. I feel like because sometimes when he plays for us, he's on the periphery. I think that sometimes it can be in his head a bit more. It's nice that the fans were like backing him yesterday. MUDRYK mentioned after the game that every time he was on the ball, he felt the energy from the crowd. That's going to help these young guys. So we as a fan base, we need to keep it up and support. But I do think in general, most times, maybe Pochettino wants to encourage this type of dribble we're about to see, where he just uses his raw explosive pace. Because he can cross with his right and his left foot. And again, superb cross, which nearly led to a goal. And, you know, that's what he can do. But I think MUDRYK, you know, he wants to also cut inside and affect the game from different possibilities, right? And I think Poch could encourage that. See what I mean here? Great cross, a cross goal, perfectly timed in front of the forwards. Good save from Steele, I think. But again, we're seeing a lot of times where he's cutting inside. And I just think that if he had that additional overlapping fullback that is looking to, you know, hold the width, we'll see stuff like this where he can use his pace centrally. You know, he won the penalty for making that run in more central areas. And I get why Pochettino wants to focus on, you know, having like 4 centre-backs at the back. But I just think sometimes we could get a bit more from our forwards if he mixed up a bit sometimes and gave him a natural left back to hold that width, give him a partner in crime to release the ball to create that space for him to, you know, make separation for himself, and encourage him to take more risk with his dribbles. You know, he completed like 2 out of 6 dribbles yesterday. It's okay. He's always been a guy that has like a 40 to 50% dribble success rate. But if he is to go to the next level, naturally that number will have to improve. And I think that can only improve when he gets more confidence behind his game, because he can do so much, but he doesn't always do it perfectly in game. That can only come with time and faith. And I think embracing the risk from MUDRYK could be the thing to hopefully let him speed up his development even more. And for the final thing we learnt, my friends, of course, we have to talk about Benoit Badiashiel's impact in yesterday's game against Brighton. Now, on paper, boy, did our defence look very elite. I mean, Cole playing that left back role, Badiashile, you know, opening up angles of this passing on the left, Silva and Disasi. Once guys like Fofana and Reece James come back, I mean, that back four of James, Fofana, Badia and Cole. you see the vision, right? But I think Badia showed why this guy is a massive talent. You know, I've always thought, even though I love Gavardio, I just thought that, listen, I don't see the upside in signing him when you have Koval, for God's sake, and Badiashile. Pure greed. Look at that pass there over the top from Benoit. You know, the fact that we have a natural left-footed centre-back, you know, these angles open up. Benoit is a ball-playing defender. He affected the game yesterday with his interceptions and his usage of the ball when he's stepping up. I mean, that was a great pass, great backsman to find MUDRYK. And his involvement for the goal here, shields the ball well, you know, plays a ball over the top across goal. I saw, again, you know, Sebastian Chapri, following him on Twitter, he shows another example where he did the same thing for Monaco's academy. So I think this is like one of his things that he can do in games. And listen, Pochettino definitely took advantage of that strength, right? But great play, great anticipation, just shields it, uses his strength, great control, ball over the top, you know, really used the power in his legs well, and just kind of delicately just placed it there instead of like blasting it there, which sums up how he thinks and the technique this guy has, right? Great interception there, releases it to find Cole. Proactive defending, wins it against Lallana. On the ball, looking to find the angle, left footed pass into the feet of Enzo. It's just, you know, I feel like Silva just can't do it the same way on the left-hand sides compared to the right-hand side. I feel like at times, you know, we play a bit more sideways than we have to. So it's great that we have 2 left-footed defenders, you know, fit and in the team right now, because these are the things that open up, you know. Like, this is like, I'd see guys like Terry and Luis look to play these passes between the lines. Look, MUDRYK now, great skill from him, but that's Benoit kickstarting that move then, playing the right pass and not playing it across goal. Again, one of the best aerial defenders already in the league. Reading was good. A little bit, again, poor communication there. That was Sanchez's ball. They're the little mistakes that's going to come when you're still like 22 years old, right? But with the promise he's showing, great pass to find Nico, who holds the ball up well, gets his body in front. He's not someone that really gives away fouls, right? He doesn't really panic. He's got great composure and good reading. I think there's a reason why the fan base really is taken to Benoit. And to think there's even more to come. I mean, you know, when we win, we can see all the positives happening in the club, right? So that was Benoit's game against Brighton, my friends. And that is the end for today's video. So I hope you guys definitely enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button. Let's try and get over, you know, 2K likes today if you guys enjoyed. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments. And my friends, on that note, I'm Nini FC. This is BlueLoinsTV. I'll see you guys later with some more videos. Cool.